Hi, Professor Simon, fellow classmates, Professor Gruen. Um, this is Nicole Ramai's ICM601's progress report number 2 to see how far I've come with my capstone project. First and foremost, let me just say that Professor Gruen was not lying when he said the project plan is a living document. Um, Throughout the course of the semester, my plan has changed and it will be updated and to reflect the changes. Um, After consulting with Professor Simon on a lot of what I wanted to do, and if you recall, I wanted to create a website that brought more awareness to the issues of animal cruelty and promote animal wellness. And there were certain things I wanted to get into that site, such as interactive maps and focus on like one or two news stories, and get animations in there using Adobe Edge. Um, have sessions in there, and those things have changed or have been pushed back to phase 2. And I'll really quickly let you know what my requirements are. Let me just slide this over. Okay. So the requirements for my project plan was, or rather, let's go with is right now. I do want an easy interface. I do have, and I do want to continue adding high impact graphics. I have more than 2 news stories, and the ability to comment on those news stories. I have a logo. Animations are going to be subtle. They're going to be like page changing, turning pages, or not necessarily turning pages, but transitions and things like that. And I do have donation links to outside sources. I do not have sessions. I have the ability to turn my website into a social media networking site where I would be able to have sessions and people logging in and so on and so forth. But I think that's a bit much and much better idea to push back on as I'm growing with the site, because I do want to continue using and to continue promoting the site after graduation. So it's important to me. I don't want to try to bite off more than I can chew right now and have it not have enough content or look um, or have the needs right now for that capability as of yet. So moving on, let's take a look at some of the things I have. So first and foremost, I wanted to work with a responsive website template, and that is not happening. The reason why is because Professor Simon um, really directed me into using the WordPress responsive WordPress themes, using WordPress as a framework. And it's not something I'm used to, but it was the right choice because there's so much more that I can accomplish with it. I just haven't learned to do so as of yet. So, the certain things that I do want to get across really quickly is I do want to put in the, like, for instance, this comprehensive Google Map plugin. I do want to put that in there on the page where I will have the API and data visualization for the pet adoptions. The originally, like I said, I'm used to working in ICM 507, used to working with the text files or the PHP files directly, and I wanted to get that onto the site. That way, if I was going to use the responsive website template, but in this way, I'll be using plugins to replace that, so I won't be working much with PHP. Um, but it's still going to look really awesome. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you right now. just to show you what I have so far. So this is my website. I have the logo. This is the news section. What I decided to do, and I spoke to Professor Simon about it, is there's so much stories out there with regards to what's going on with animals and animal cruelty, and I figured I would be narrowing my audience greatly if I only posted or only focused and expanded on one or two stories. So instead, I'm turning the site into more of a semi-aggregate site where I'm pulling news from different organizations and publications and posting it here and writing snippets on the story and also giving them links to go to the original article. So if we take a look at one of these, so you get a picture of a nice big picture, and then you can see you can go to the you have related news here, other news stories, and we can go to the original article, which would load on a separate page. So that's great because I kind of envisioned that when I started thinking more about it, and I wanted it to look that way. The adopt page is a work in progress. This is the page that's going to have the plugin, the WordPress plugin that I'm working with rescuegroups.org. They are going to get me that plugin that's going to have the ability to search for pets to adopt. And then I'm going to also use that Google Maps, interactive Google Maps plugin as a widget on this page as well. So this is what I do need to continue working on. If you look at my footer, you'll see I have so far the news that are posted so far. Stories posted. Stories are personal stories, and these stories are not just going to be posted by myself. I'm going to open it up. I just need to figure out how to allow other people to post stories on here as well. And I'll just show you the stories page. Now, there's a lot of things on the site that I do need to tweak, like the typography. If you guys know me, well, I'm very fussy about the way things look, and I want it to look just right. And I always focus on the font with my websites and the background image. So I kind of decided let's go with white, and you know, because that's not something I normally do, and I'm not sure how I'm liking it. So please do let me know how you like the way the site is set up. I do want to put thumbnails here. I do have some images here, but I do want to change this out. And the fonts, again, I do need to work on the fonts. And then of course the about page, these graphics are going to have snippets of information that I need to put on here on these sliders, and I still need to work on that. And then if you scroll down, you see me. The donate page is pretty much done. There are more organizations that I will be adding to it. So far these are what I have for right now. And then the homepage, the last but not least, homepage. The homepage, I'm really happy with how that turned out. I'm actually very happy with how it turned out. I think less is more. I don't want to overwhelm with information, but I do want to excite with the images, with the graphics. And of course, again, snippets of information needs to go in each of these graphics. And the transitions, I'm not happy with the transitions. I do need to change that. So overall, I think I'm hitting most of my requirements, except with regards to the sessions. I'm getting the easy interface, the graphics. I'm going to push to put the interactive maps on the adopt page as a widget. I have news stories. People can comment on them, the logo, animations, which is just going to focus on page transitions, and image transitions as well. I'm not going to use sessions, and donations I already have up. I just need to add a few more. So that's pretty much it. And like I said, I'm very happy with how the site turned out. I also have a Twitter feed here, and I'm using the social media um, 522 course that I'm in right now to push traffic to this site. I'm getting a lot of traffic, or I'm getting a lot of interest on my Facebook page that promotes this site, as well as the Twitter handle that I created just for this site. So, if all goes well, I'm pushing traffic here, and it'd be great if I could get the site done before I start really getting a lot of traffic to come to the site, because I need it to be perfect. Um, but this is what I have so far. I feel like I am very nearly almost complete. I really just need to work with rescuegroups.org this weekend. That should be up and done, and I just have to continue adding and until I'm ready to just at that point I can present the site for review. And that's pretty much it. And I'm sorry this took a little longer than I thought it would. I actually wanted to shorten it down. Um, I didn't think it would be this this long. I'm sorry about that. But other than that, I'm done. And please let me know what you think. And if you have any suggestions, that would be great. And that's pretty much it. Thanks.